Alright, here we are on day 4, and this is the day I finally pick a direction to walk in. Now, ideally, we would find a swamp. And I do, because I looked it up on Chunkbase. I'm just gonna admit that right here, right now. I looked up where we were going, and just went in that direction. I picked the direction that led me to a swamp because I wanted to survive in a swamp. What I was not expecting was so much of the journey to be over the water. So I am very glad I crafted a boat so early on because it allowed me to get across the water before I had Depth Strider, which I never actually get because we get villagers way too late. You did not ask, but looking ahead in my notes, it is after day 70 that we finally get villagers. The reason these days are so short is because nobody wants to see me walk for like 20 minutes. So I'm cutting all of these days down. At least it would be 20 minutes if I did not have a bed. Like the first few days. Except, I cut those down. And, honestly, these should all be YouTube Shorts, but I'm too stubborn to use YouTube Shorts because it's too much like TikTok, and I would rather stick to YouTube Pants. And yes, I realized I just called regular YouTube Pants, even though I know nobody who makes gaming videos on this platform actually wears pants. It took me so long to get to this swamp because it was thousands of blocks away. I want to say, like, 4,000 blocks away from where I started. It took so long that I had to start cooking food, and I brought up my F3 menu because I wanted to make sure that we stayed on day 4. Or if you're going by what Minecraft says, day 3, even though technically it starts on day 0, which is really day 1. Confusing? Yes, but it's just easier to go by that logic than it is to actually try and fight that logic. And even though it's simple addition, just add 1 to whatever day it is, that's a lot for some people. And so I will just do the math for you. And honestly, you want me doing your math because I was in a math honors class in high school. God, that brag was so bad, even my furnace didn't want to be there anymore. So, I guess it was time to pack up and just continue walking, even though I wanted to stay and cook my food before night fell. But I just didn't, because the furnace would not let me. Well, it's like Mom always told me, if you keep bragging about how smart you are, people are going to tell you to go live in the woods. So it only makes sense that I am finding a place to call my home, because nobody else will deal with me. I guess that makes sense, considering no villagers are going to be building villages in this world, because I am here. But like all great dictators, I am going to rewrite history when I finally get the villagers that are going to be my permanent world buddies. But is that a swamp I see? Oh, thank God, I don't have to talk about how lonely and what a loser I am, and why nobody wants to be my friend, and why I have to cure zombie friends to get friends, and... Oh, I guess I panicked so hard I fell asleep.